there's an epic right now whose value just went way up. Hello everybody, I'm Roadblock. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Probably going to be a bit of a shorter one. Just, it's a real busy season right now. You get the holidays and Christmas shopping, spending time with family, and grocery shopping for all the, different food and stuff that you're going to do over the holidays. So, for me personally, it's been quite busy. So I'm going to kind of keep this short and sweet, but I really want to highlight anytime a particular champion's value goes up, right? Because we run into that all the time. We see value go down all the time. There are a lot of champions in this game that were incredible at one point in time, and then as time goes on, their usefulness kind of goes by the wayside, right? So you kind of learn that, oh, okay, yeah, maybe poisons aren't so good anymore, so these really good poison champions don't hold their own in the late game, stuff like that, right? But I really wanted to comment on the value surge of one very specific champion, which is Venomage. Now, Venomage, in their own right, is an incredibly good champion. You can see great reviews here for a lot of PvE content. Probably not really going to do a whole lot for you in arena. Certain areas of the game not going to provide a lot of value. But right now, in particular, we have the Grim Forest, and that's where you're going to see the value of Venomage go way up. Listen up, I just got a new promo link that you can use to follow along with me on my latest free-to-play adventure and get a free Elenaril, as well as 3 more powerful epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Don't miss out on your chance to get Elenaril right after signing up, as well as Fayne, Uugo, and Tagoar as you progress through Raid. Click on my link right now and let's crush this together. First, we'll review the kit and then we'll talk about why Venomage is so much better. On the A1, it's a double hitter. It destroys target's max HP by 75% of the damage inflicted if they're under heal reduction. Each hit has a 35% chance to activate up to 2 poison debuffs on the target. And that goes up to a 45-50% chance. And again, that's a double hitter. A2 is a single target with a 100% chance when booked of placing a big version of decreased defense and decreased attack if they're under a poison. Then we have the A3. It's an AoE hit. This has a 100% chance when booked of placing heal reduction for 3 turns, on a 3-turn cooldown, in fact. And it also has a chance of placing, a 100% chance of placing 2 big poisons. And for the passive, enemies under heal reduction deal 15% less damage. Now, for early game players, Venomage is an absolute beast when it comes to a lot of early dungeon running, but also clan boss. Incredibly good at clan boss. You're reducing damage by 15%. You're bringing a consistent decreased defense and decreased attack. You're activating poisons on a boss where poisons do a lot of damage, and you're bringing those poisons to the forefront as well. Just an all-round good early game champion that brings a lot of poisons. Can't really go wrong. And now with Arachnid Elixir, those poisons will do even more damage, but falls off pretty quickly. You get to a point where poisons don't matter, and even in a lot of areas where heal reduction is maybe necessary, like certain fights where it's like, I need to prevent this boss from healing, these days you can kind of just brute force it more efficiently than actually bringing that heal reduction. I know for Amius in particular, there's one rotation I tried to bring Venomage, and it caused more harm than good for my playstyle, where the heal reduction just kept getting turned into continuous heals. So I just went back to the original team and brute forced it, and it was fine, right? But the bigger thing is for Grim Forest. So why is this champion so important for Grim Forest? And that will be the Mimic. Now you can see here, I didn't bring that. In the late game, you will probably be able to get away with beating Mimics just through sheer force of will. You just bring a ton of damage and you beat them. But on my free-to-play account, and well, look, you can even see here, I did bring Venomage just for ease of use, even though here I have a ton of damage that is being brought and I could probably brute force my way through. That heal reduction makes a big difference. Since I used it here, we'll go ahead and run this team. This is one of the great, just absolute awesome things about Grim Forest. You can redo these fights whenever you guys want, right? I can click right now, boom, look, I'm starting the fight. Why is this so good? Well, it's so good because you really get to hone your teams and kind of practice them and learn the fight. Maybe you just brute forced it. Maybe you got lucky and managed to get through some of it. This is an opportunity to go back and say, okay, what could I do differently? How could I improve my teams? How could I fix my teams, speed them up, whatever? But as you can see right there, one of my champions gets eaten. That always happens when you're fighting the Mimic. The heal reduction is necessary because there's a passive. At the start of the Mimic's turn, if there is a mini Mimic present in the battle, heals the Mimic by 25% of its max HP. That's a lot of healing. If you did 25% damage, you took it down to 75 HP and it eats somebody and then takes a turn eventually, now all of a sudden it's healed back up to full. A lot of players have had to deal with it. I had to deal with it on my free-to-play account. It's incredibly frustrating. But Venomage places that heal reduction. So even though the boss gets a turn, well, it's going to take a long time for the boss to get a turn because I have Senna in here, if the boss gets a turn at all, because Senna is just so freaking good. So much turn meter that, there we go. So the boss took a turn. They didn't heal, though. And it's very simple. It's because heal reduction is in play, right? And that's just important. I mean, it's just really, really useful to make the fight faster, but also for at least my free-to-play, can't beat it without Venomage. You may be thinking, but Roadblock, there are so many champions that have heal reduction, and you would be right. But let's take a look at some of the options on my main account, which is one of my stronger accounts. Or it is my strongest account. So we're going to go with full heal reduction. The smaller version of heal reduction, while it would reduce the total amount of healing, I don't view it as being a worthwhile alternative. And as you can see, very, very few champions really use the small version of heal reduction. For most of it, you're going to have the big version of heal reduction. But if you take a look, there's not a lot here, right? We've got Mortu Macabre. So Mortu Macabre has a 85% chance to place a heal reduction on the A1. I'm not putting accuracy on a Mortu Macabre, guys. I'm not counting on block buffs. I'm not counting on heal reduction from Mortu Macabre. Mortu Macabre is 1000% about peril. That is what makes Mortu Macabre so effective. I'm not going to put accuracy and potentially weaken the impact. You don't even need to book Mortu Macabre because it all comes from this really, really strong ability. Granted, this isn't really used in the meta these days, but still, I'm not going to build a set for Mortu Macabre with accuracy to land heal reduction. There are going to be better options, right? Well, then you have Tormund the Cold. So Tormund the Cold's heal reduction, they have to be under freeze. You're not gonna be able to place freeze on a boss. Doesn't count. Obviously, there's Venomage. Then you have Cold Heart. Cold Heart is an interesting option. It's a quadruple hitter, and each hit has a 25% chance to place that heal reduction. That is pretty good, and you get an enemy max HP damage dealer. The problem with Cold Heart is that Cold Heart is incredibly squishy, and the amount of damage that's really coming in from the Mimic is annoying. Also, Cold Hearts are really likely to be eaten, where they might, because of their higher crit damage that you may have, they're probably going to be the ones that get eaten. I can't remember if it's crit damage or attack or what dictate. I want to say it's crit damage that dictates who gets eaten, but yeah, it can be a problem. But I'm more concerned, truly, I'm more concerned with just how squishy Cold Heart is. I think you're going to have a hard time keeping Cold Heart alive, and you would likely need to bring a Reviver to really get the true effectiveness out of a Cold Heart. Queen Ava is an option. This 70 goes up to, 30. There's a 100% chance on an A1. That's a good option. But again, I don't know that Queen Eva brings enough to the table for me to really want to invest that heavily. Yes, there's a double hit. Like, she can hit good now. She did get a buff. I just don't know that I would want to build somebody that does so much damage with accuracy to land these abilities. Granted, has a 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit, meaning you only need to build to 85% crit rate. Okay. Are you going to make up for that with damage, or are you going to make up for that with accuracy? I would go the damage route. Now, one of the most viable options would be Lemnisci. It feels almost like Lemnisci was designed for the Mimic fight in particular. It's a double hitter. The first hit has a 100% chance when booked of placing the big version of heal reduction, and the second chance has block buffs. This is a very, very good option. Now, I did not play my free-to-play while Lemnisci was the login legendary. Didn't happen. So I don't have Lemnisci. Is Lemnisci better than Venomage? Well, if we look at the rest of the kit, maybe. Yeah, I mean, there's more elements to the kit that could make Lemnisci a little bit better. Me personally, given the fact that I have a +4 Venomage and +4ing Lemnisci is so far out of reach, and it's easier to get blessings on a Venomage, I would probably lean in that direction. And I don't think that they are affiliated, because they're a boss, that they would be affiliated with any of the alliances. So I don't think you get increased chance. I do think that Lemnisci is really good for that if you're looking for the help. But I also feel like the passive is better. So Lemnisci receives less damage, but Venomage reduces damage that they do to your whole team. So I don't know. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, to sit there and be like, I think so-and-so is better. But yeah, I mean, you're talking about legendary books. You're talking about a greater level of investment versus a Venomage. I feel just more comfortable bringing a Venomage personally than I do bringing Lemnisci. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm wrong there. I don't know, but that's just kind of how I feel, just looking at them on paper, because I haven't really used Lemnisci at all. Paragon, again, we kind of fall into that realm of they're a rare, squishier altogether, and the chances are a little bit lower of 50%. It is a 3-hitter, so probably fine, but not going to be my first choice because they're a rare. Yeah, they bring Unkillable, so they can probably keep themselves alive, so they're a decent option. But again, Paragon is not something that a champion that I want to build with a ton of accuracy to try and land this. I would be just fine with a Venomage whose damage and everything comes from accuracy. Vizier, where do we have the heal reduction? Double hitter. Each hit has 75% chance of placing those debuffs. Debuff spread doesn't matter. Veil on this champion. Increasing the duration is pretty interesting to keep that heal reduction up. But again, you're talking about investing legendary books. I feel like I've made my point. You can look at Contra as well. Contra. And again, I'm only focusing on my account, guys. There's probably way better champions out there that can place heal reduction, but look at what I have on my account. I don't have a lot, right? And that's kind of my point. And then I know that, I don't want to go down the route of Contra's kind of kit, to be honest with you. So we'll kind of avoid that. I just think Venomage is one of the best options that you can pick. You can get a +4 Venomage, which is going to give you boosts to your stats. So if we're looking at accuracy, Faction Guardians, you're getting another +15, right? That's going to be very important. Or no, that's not, sorry, not Faction Guardians. That's empowerment. You're getting +40 just from empowering. And obviously, because their whole kit is designed around accuracy, you're going to build them with accuracy in mind. It just makes sense. And I like I said, I really want to sing praises of a champion like Venomage when I get the opportunity to. I'm really trying to look at their staff here. I wish they weren't holding that upside down because that actually looks really cool. But yeah, I wanted to sing praises for Venomage because while they are a great rare, one of the best rares in the game, and I say one of, one of many. There are a lot of good, I keep saying rare, I'm sorry, epics. One of the best epics in the game, definitely like in the conversation of probably the top 15 or so. And that's just, I'm making up a number off the top of my head, but they're just very, very good. And now they have gotten even better because of the Mimic. And, if you look at my deck for Grim Forest for just a second too, not a lot of need for epics in here, right? But, oh, what's this? My only epic that I'm bringing is Venomage. That's how freaking good Venomage is for this content, is that I will bring a single copy, take up an entire deck slot over a lot of other, even over a mythical. Granted, at the time, Aphidus wasn't built. But yeah, just an awesome option. Just wanted to remind you guys, Venomage can do that. I oftentimes forget about what some epics can do until you get to a point and you're like, man, I can't beat, why can't I beat this bot? Oh yeah, I have an epic that does everything I need. Duh. So either way, guys, we're going to call that a video today. Like I said, it's been crazy and it's something that's been on my mind. I've had the idea to make this video for a while. There's another video that I want to talk about where a specific champion is incredibly good in the Grim Forest in very specific niche areas. And that's probably going to come out tomorrow. And then we've got a lot of great events coming up. I'm going to be pulling souls, trying to go for the guaranteed Hildy. I think, is it Hill V? I think it's Hill V. So keep an eye out for that content, guys. And happy holidays, right? Let's get ahead of it. Make sure that I don't forget to say that in an upcoming video, but I'm sure I will remember. Thank you all so much for watching. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. It is the best way to support my channel, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Take care.